Okay, stop. Just stop for 1 second. Let me ask you something. What if I told you that America does not want to end this war? Not because they are evil, not because they are stupid, but because the war is the product. Because somewhere, right now, there are people in expensive suits sitting in air-conditioned offices, watching missiles fly across the Middle East sky, and they are not scared. They are not worried. They are actually happy. They are counting money. And that single fact, that one ugly, uncomfortable truth, is the real reason this war never ends. And the craziest part? The system was designed this way on purpose. Most people watching the news think this is simple. America is fighting because of security, because of Iran's nuclear program, because of Israel. And yes, those things exist on paper. But here's the thing. Paper reasons and real reasons are two very different things. The paper reason is the movie they show you on CNN. The real reason is the business deal happening backstage. So today, I am going to take you backstage, because once you see it, you cannot unsee it. And let us start with one number, just one. In the last 20 years, the United States has spent over $8 trillion on wars in the Middle East. $8 trillion. That is $8,000 billion. That is more money than the entire GDP of Germany and Japan combined. Now, here's the question nobody ever asks. Where did that money go? Money does not disappear. It went somewhere. It went to someone. It went to defense companies. Companies like Lockheed Martin, Raytheon, and Boeing. These companies build the missiles, they build the jets, they build the bombs, and every single time a missile is fired in the Middle East, they build another one and charge the American government for it. With your tax money. Keep it simple. Checkpoint. $8 trillion, not lost, transferred. From the American taxpayer directly into defense company bank accounts. The war is not a failure for them. The war is their business model. Now here is where it gets darker. These companies do not just sell weapons. They buy something far more valuable. They buy politicians. In 2023 alone, defense companies spent over $100 million lobbying the United States Congress. Lobbying means paying politicians to make decisions in your favor. Think about it like this. Imagine you own a pizza shop. The only way you stay in business is if people keep buying. So you pay the school principal to ban students from bringing food from home. Now everyone is forced to buy your pizza. You are not selling pizza because people are hungry. You are engineering the hunger. That is exactly what the defense industry does. They do not wait for wars to happen. They invest in the conditions that make wars happen. They fund the politicians who beat the war drums. They pay the think tanks that write reports saying military action is the only option. They manufacture the demand for their own product. Keep it simple. Checkpoint. Defense companies pay politicians. Politicians approve wars. Wars need weapons. Weapons make defense companies rich. The cycle never breaks. And nobody inside that cycle wants it to break. But there's another layer. And this one is even bigger. America cannot end this war because ending it would crack something far more powerful than any weapons contract. It would crack the entire architecture of American global power. Right now, America has military bases in over 80 countries. 80. American soldiers are physically present inside the borders of 80 different nations. Why do those countries allow it? Because America offers them a deal. We protect you. In return, you follow our rules. You sell your oil in our dollars. You invest in our stock market. You keep our financial system running. That is the real empire, not jets, not bombs. The empire is a financial arrangement dressed up as military protection. Now, if America ends this war and withdraws from the Middle East, that arrangement begins to fall apart. Countries start questioning why they need American protection. They start selling oil in Chinese yuan. Russia offers alternative financial systems. The moment America shows weakness, the entire structure of dollar dominance starts to shake. So America cannot leave. Not because they cannot win, but because leaving costs more than losing. Keep it simple. Checkpoint. American power depends on permanent presence. Ending the war means losing presence. Losing presence means losing the empire. And here is the final piece, the one that ties everything together. In game theory, there's a concept called the commitment trap. A commitment trap is when you're locked into a course of action, not because it is working, but because stopping costs more than continuing. Think about a gambler. He sits down at a table and loses $500. A smart person walks away. But the gambler cannot leave. He already lost $500. He needs to win it back. So he bets again. Loses another $500. Now he has lost $1,000. And he still cannot stop. Because now he is chasing $1,000. This is called sunk cost. And America is the most expensive gambler in human history. $8 trillion in. Thousands of lives lost. Entire decades of commitment. If they walk away now, every politician who voted for these wars must answer for $8 trillion of absolutely nothing. Every general looks like a fool. Every family that lost a son asks what it was all for. Nobody in power wants to answer that question, so they keep going. Not to win, Just to delay the moment they must admit they already lost. Keep it simple. Checkpoint. The commitment trap. When stopping hurts more than continuing, you cannot stop. America is not fighting this war to win. America is fighting this war because the cost of stopping is higher than the cost of going forward. So here is the real reason America cannot end this war. It is not Iran. It is not nuclear weapons. It is not religion or territory or ideology. The real reason is a system. A system where defense companies profit from every single explosion, where politicians are paid to keep conflict alive, where financial dominance requires permanent military presence, and where the sunk cost is so massive that no one with power has the courage to walk away. The war does not have an enemy anymore. The war has an economy, and economies do not end. They just find new battlefields. So the question is not when this war will end. The question is, who will ever be brave enough to break the system that keeps starting them?